This week on Supercars Talk, it's time to get those championship predictions entered for our now annual championship prediction giveaway. So before we get into the big event of the year, the championship prediction giveaway, I'm going to kick it off with some news of the week. Finally, we got to see the last, other than the Tim Slade unknown sponsored car, the last livery for the year was Declan Fraser's Tradie Mustang. No surprises, big Money Me logos on the bonnet there. It just doesn't quite hit the spot. So much potential here. Once again, though, I think the Tradie logo, considering the colour of the Tradies is the fluoro yellow vests and that, it's a flat kind of yellow. I would have much preferred to see like a bolder, or even going more like a metallic yellow or something like that, if they couldn't, kind of get the fluoro kind of yellow that seems to be on the Tradie. It just seems to be a very flat kind of matte yellow, not helped by the fact that then it is a kind of fluoro-y green that's on the bonnet of the car. It just kind of, it's close but not close. Like, they should have matched the two, and they didn't quite get it right or something. It just misses for me. So much potential with that livery. Look at what they did with Cam Waters' car, which is very plain and simple, but just spectacular. That one just misses the spot for me. But let me know down in the comments what you think of it. Am I being a little bit too critical, or, is it justified? So, and then other Tickford racing news, they have announced the other two co-drivers for the endurance campaign this year. I love saying that, not just Bathurst, it's an endurance campaign. It is only better with 3, maybe 4 races. But Gary Jacobson and Tyler Everingham will be joining the previously signed James Moffat and Zach Best. I think all of them actually got to turn laps in the car at the test because Declan had to sit out because he was sick. Really good lineup there from Tickford. Obviously, some of the other teams have got quite strong lineups in there. But considering what's available, I mean, Gary did a great job for them winning the Super 2 Championship in 2016. His main game championship results haven't been the best. But yeah, a very good signing there. And Tyler's just been getting gradually better and better in the, Super 2 Championship. And then he's had a couple of starts previously at Bathurst, one with the kind of failed GRM wildcard, I suppose. It wasn't his fault that it ended up in the wall, though. And then he was with the Team 18 last year as the kind of last-minute fill-in when Jimmy Goulding went over to Premier for his run for the rest of the year there. So not bad pickups there from Tickford. Fairly strong kind of quartet there when you've got to sign 4 drivers. Usually one's a bit questionable. Actually, fairly probably the best co-driver lineup that Tickford's had since they've been a 4-car team. Now, for the big event that we've all been waiting for, it's the time to pick the championship positions. In last year, I did the full field. Very hard to do that one, especially with Gen 3 now. So something a little bit different this year. I'm just going to ask for the top 10 for you to predict in the order that you expect the top 10 to come in. Comment down below with your top 10 to put the entry in, or alternatively, send me an email. Entries will be first in, best dressed if there is multiple entries that are the same. Definitely didn't happen last year with the full field. Top 10 could be a little bit harder to predict for the year. The winner will be given to the one who has the most correct out of the 10. So say if you have 8 out of the 10, might be in the wrong positions, but if you have 8 and everyone else only has 7, it will go to the person who has the most correct within the top 10. And then if multiple people get, say, 5, and that's the most, then it will go to whoever has the most in the correct positions. So really complicated entry there. I've also put together my top 10. We'll see how we go. Just remember down in the comments, this is my prediction for the year. It doesn't have to be yours. If you disagree, you don't have to tell me about how I've forgotten to put in your favourite driver. I've probably missed them for a reason because I'm not predicting them to finish in the top 10. But it wasn't very hard. I was very critical in doing my top 10, my top 10 shortlist. I thought I was being very critical and I had 12. So I had to cut 2 out of the shortlist. And it's questionable. I've gone backward and forward on this. But anyway, here is my starting in 10th position. Brock Feeney, I think he's going to have a little bit of a stumble in his second year. Won't be quite as strong overall. That's, I'm not going to explain these for all half an hour each. I'm sure that's not going to be a popular one, but when you see who's missed out in the 10, it is difficult trying to predict, especially with this being, a brand new formula. It was pretty easy to predict who was going to win the last couple of years, even though I did get it wrong last year, but I did have a bit of a swing at it. Anyway, in 9th position, James Golding. I just think he went from strength to strength last year. I think this is a bit of a leg up for that team with, the new rules. I think he will be the stronger one. Not quite enough to get, right up there in the championship. But, I think he's going to be pretty consistent all year and find himself in the top 10 at the end of the year. 8th, Will Davison. I am predicting DJR to slide a little bit, so they'll be a bit further behind. 7th position, Will Brown. I'm predicting Erebus to do big things this year. I think they're going to bounce back really strongly, especially with the new rules. And the guys have had their stumbling second year, and now they're going to hit their stride. 6th position, Andre Heimgartner. Just he'll be the lead BJR car again, and I think they'll have a good run at the start of Gen 3. He was fastest on the test day. Of course, that means nothing because not everyone was trying on the test day. But Andre right up there. In 5th, Dave Reynolds. That team was just going from strength to strength, and now they haven't, they're not behind the 8 ball anymore. They're starting off with a clean slate with everyone else. So I think the Groves, especially Dave Reynolds, is going to have a really strong year this year. 4th position, Cam Waters. I think Tickford are going to take a little bit longer to get up to speed than some of the others, but Cam will be the leader out of that team and will be very strong all year, consistently getting better all year and be very, very strong at the finish. 3rd position, Brodie Kostecki. I think Gen 3 is going to really suit him, and I think Erebus are going to come out of the blocks very strong with all of this, and Brodie I think he will probably lead the championship early on, while some others will start to get on top of it more towards the end of the year. 2nd position, Shane Van Gisbergen. I'm predicting some others to come out stronger. Shane to dominate the second half of the year, but it will be a game of catch-up for him. And in 1st position, now this is a bit of wishful thinking, but also I think they are going to come out quite strong. Chaz Mostert in 1st position for the championship. I think the whole Ford thing is a little bit of sandbagging. I think it's all going to come out in the wash that the cars are quite even. I could be totally wrong, but I think Walkinshaw and Chaz are going to come out fairly strong, have a fairly consistent year all year, take some big results through the year, and Chaz will finally get that first championship. But once again, this is just my thoughts. Let me know down in the comments your top 10 to enter the competition. There will be a prize, and it will be a mug again, of course, but there will be something a little bit different this year. It won't just be, it will be a bit more of a prize mug, a special one-off for these kind of competitions. So it might be something to hang up in the pool room rather than a use everyday mug. So just a little bit of a incentive there to enter the competition. Entries will close before the start of the first round. So, kind of Thursday night before Newcastle, which is so close. We we can nearly count it down in sleeps now. So that's exciting. For the people who have been excited with my retro t-shirts, I'll just say it's a little bit hard to get it on, but there we go. Have a look at that one for a nice retro Williams t-shirt. It's quite exciting finding all these old t-shirts and getting them out and finding out they pretty much still fit. So yeah, down in the comments, let me know your top 10. If you can't comment on YouTube, I know some people can't for various reasons, drop me an email, or if you want to maybe put your entries in on the quiet so that no one can copy yours, yeah, drop me an email as well. Dave at supercarstalk.com. It's down the bottom of the screen probably about now. But until next time, happy entering, and I'm still Dave, and I'll catch you later.